What if I told you that many ancient Indian temples were not built randomly? What if their locations were chosen with extraordinary precision, based on the hidden energies of the earth itself? And what if the sages of ancient Bharat understood something about our planet thousands of years ago that modern science is only beginning to explore? From the majestic temples of South India to the sacred shrines of the Himalayas, a fascinating pattern emerges. These structures appear to be positioned on specific geographical points that ancient texts describe as places of heightened cosmic energy. Were these locations chosen purely for religious reasons? Or were they intentionally designed as powerful centers where human consciousness could connect more deeply with nature and the universe? Today, we explore one of the most intriguing mysteries of Sanatan Dharma. Why were ancient Indian temples built on precise geographical energy grid lines? Chapter 1. The Ancient View of the Earth. Modern civilization often assumes that ancient people viewed the earth as a passive piece of land. But Vedic knowledge presents a very different picture. In the Vedic worldview, the earth is alive. Not merely alive in a biological sense, but alive with subtle energies flowing through every mountain, river, forest, and sacred site. Ancient sages observed that certain locations naturally generated feelings of peace, clarity, devotion, and heightened awareness. These places became known as tirthas, spiritual crossing points where the material and spiritual worlds seemed to intersect. The belief was simple. Just as blood flows through the veins of the human body, subtle energy flows through the earth. And where these energies concentrate, human beings can experience profound states of consciousness. This understanding eventually became a cornerstone of temple architecture. Chapter 2. The Science of Sacred Geometry. Ancient temple builders were not simply architects. They were mathematicians, astronomers, engineers, and spiritual scientists. The science governing temple construction is known as Vastu Shastra. According to Vastu principles, every structure interacts with the energies of the earth and the cosmos. Nothing was left to chance. The orientation, the dimensions, the placement, even the exact location of the sanctum. Everything followed precise mathematical calculations. At the heart of this system lies sacred geometry. Shapes such as squares, circles, mandalas, and yantras were believed to resonate with universal patterns found throughout nature. The temple itself was designed as a living energy machine. Its purpose was not merely to house a deity. Its purpose was to transform human consciousness. Chapter 3. Earth's Invisible Energy Network. Now comes the fascinating part. Many researchers have proposed that the Earth possesses invisible energetic pathways, sometimes compared to magnetic or geomagnetic networks. Modern science certainly confirms that our planet generates a powerful magnetic field. This field influences navigation, animal migration, and even certain biological processes. Ancient sages may not have used modern scientific terminology, yet they appeared deeply aware that some locations possessed unique energetic characteristics. When temple sites were selected, priests and architects often spent years studying the terrain, water sources, solar alignments, and natural energy conditions. The objective was to locate places where these forces converged harmoniously. Such locations were considered ideal for meditation, worship, and spiritual awakening. Whether we describe these as geomagnetic zones, energy vortices, or sacred points, the underlying principle remains remarkably consistent. Certain places affect the human mind differently than others. Chapter 4. The Power of the Garbhagriha. Every Hindu temple contains a central chamber known as the Garbhagriha. The word literally means womb chamber. This is the most sacred part of the temple. But why? According to traditional temple science, the Garbhagriha was positioned at the strongest energetic point within the structure. The deity's idol was often installed over carefully selected stone foundations. In some traditions, metallic elements, sacred herbs, and energized materials were placed beneath the idol during consecration rituals. The process, known as prana pratishtha, was believed to activate the spiritual energy of the temple. As devotees moved closer to the sanctum, they entered an environment intentionally designed to influence the mind. The dim lighting, the enclosed space, the rhythmic chanting, the resonance of bells, the fragrance of incense. Everything worked together to create a state of inner stillness. The temple was functioning exactly as intended, as a technology of consciousness. Chapter 5. Alignment with Cosmic Forces. Ancient Indian temples were also aligned with celestial movements. Many temples are oriented toward specific solar events. Others correspond to lunar cycles or significant astronomical positions. This was no coincidence. The sages believed that Earth and cosmos continuously exchange energy. A temple therefore acted as a bridge between these dimensions. When sunlight entered the sanctum on specific days of the year, it symbolized more than an architectural achievement. It represented harmony between human life and cosmic order. This concept is deeply embedded in Sanatan Dharma. The universe is not separate from us. We are part of it. And the temple serves as a reminder of that eternal connection. Chapter 6. Why people feel different inside ancient temples. Have you ever entered an ancient temple and immediately felt calm? Even before offering prayers? Even before hearing any mantra? Millions of people report this experience. Traditional explanations attribute this sensation to the accumulated spiritual energy generated through centuries of worship and mantra recitation. Modern researchers point toward environmental factors such as acoustics, architecture, atmosphere, and psychological influence. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between. Ancient temple builders understood that the human mind responds to space. They designed environments that naturally encourage focus, reverence, and contemplation. The result is a structure capable of guiding attention away from external distractions and toward inner awareness. In today's language, we might call it a carefully engineered consciousness enhancement environment. Chapter 7. Was this ancient science lost? One of the greatest mysteries is how much knowledge our ancestors actually possessed. The construction of massive temples without modern technology continues to amaze engineers and historians. Their precision, their astronomical alignments, their geometric perfection, their endurance across centuries, all suggest a sophisticated understanding of mathematics, natural forces, and human psychology. Unfortunately, much of this knowledge was transmitted orally and has been partially lost over time. Yet fragments remain preserved in ancient texts, temple traditions, and architectural practices. Today, scholars, scientists, and spiritual seekers are working together to rediscover these principles. Not to prove that ancient people were magical, but to understand how deeply they observed nature and the universe. Conclusion. So, were ancient Indian temples built on precise geographical energy grid lines? The answer depends on how we define energy. Modern science continues to investigate Earth's magnetic and environmental influences. Ancient traditions describe sacred locations where cosmic and terrestrial forces converge. What remains undeniable is this. Our ancestors selected temple sites with extraordinary care. They combined spirituality, geometry, astronomy, architecture, and environmental understanding into a single sacred structure. The temple was never intended to be just a building. It was designed as a living bridge. A bridge between earth and sky, between science and spirit, between the outer world and the inner self. Perhaps the greatest lesson from these ancient temples is not about mysterious energy lines. It is about the possibility that human beings can live in harmony with the rhythms of nature and the cosmos. And when that harmony is achieved, transformation begins. What do you think? Were ancient temples intentionally built on Earth's energy centers, or is there another explanation behind their remarkable locations? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the hidden wisdom of Sanatan Dharma, subscribe to the channel, and join us as we uncover more mysteries of ancient India, spirituality, and consciousness. Remember, truth is eternal, and Sanatan is truth.